All right, guys, day 3 quarantine. This is for functions. I'm gonna go over some of the homework problems, and then you're gonna be responsible for any of the homeworks that we don't do, any of the problems we don't do, and I'm gonna have you just type in your answers into a Google form that'll be on the Google Classrooms. The notes we did the other day were about coterminal angles and then degrees, minutes, seconds. So again, I'm just gonna do a couple from each section. Okay. All right, so starting with the first section, give two coterminal angles for each given angle, one positive, one negative. Remember, for coterminal angles, all you're doing for degrees, and these top three are all degrees, all we're going to do is we're going to add and subtract 360 degrees. Okay. So let me do this, I'll do 14. Okay. A coterminal angle for 319 degrees. Well, the positive one will just be plus 360. Okay. So just 319 plus 360 gives you 679 degrees. And for the second coterminal angle, all you do is take that same 319 degrees, and this time subtract 360. Okay. So 319 minus 360 is negative 41. Okay. It's as easy as that. Plus 360 minus 360, you're done. For the bottom three are all in radians. Okay. When we're doing radians, we're going to add and subtract 2 pi. Okay. Because it's always all the way around the circle. So all the way around the circle is 360 degrees, but in radians it's 2 pi radians. Okay. So this one, I'll do 17, the middle one again. If you're adding and subtracting 2 pi, we have a fraction, adding and subtracting fractions is kind of hard. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to add and subtract 2 pi, but we're not going to write it as 2 pi. We're going to write it as, well, we know we need a denominator of 7, because when you're adding and subtracting, the denominators have to be the same. So if you want 2 pi as a fraction with a denominator of 7, you're going to take that 7, double it, put that on top. Okay. So instead of adding and subtracting 2 pi, we're going to add and subtract 14 pi over 7. Okay, because 14 divided by 7 is 2 pi. So on like 16 you would add and subtract 10 pi over 5. That's the version of 2 with a denominator of 5. Alright, so let's see, when you're adding and subtracting fractions, you only add and subtract the top numbers. So you're going to have 11 pi plus 14 pi, which is going to be 25 pi over 7. And then the subtraction, you're going to take 11 minus 14 to get negative 3 pi over 7. Okay. All right, so those are pretty straightforward. Write each angle in degrees, minutes, seconds form. So we're going from decimal degrees to degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay. All right, for these, the whole number part's always the same. We're only concentrating on the decimal part. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that first decimal part, the 0.875, and we're going to multiply it by 60. And that gives us 52.5. Okay. So that 52 is going to be our minutes. Okay. The 36, that was in the original problem, the whole number, that's our degree. Whoops. And then we need one more. We're going to have to do it again to find the seconds. Okay, so we're going to take our new decimal part, which is 0.5, And we'll multiply that by 60. Which is 30. Okay. And that's going to be our seconds. Okay. So degrees, minutes, seconds, just write it in order. Okay. Our degrees was 36. Okay. Our minutes, 52. Okay. Minutes gets a single quote. And then the seconds is 30 with the double quote. So degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay. I'll do one more from this section. Let's see. Do 23. Okay. Same thing. We already know the degree part. It's the whole number of the original problem. And we're going to take the decimal part, 0.588, and we'll multiply that by 60. And I got 35.28. That 35 is now our minutes. And then you do it one more time with the decimal, the new decimal, the 0.28. And do 0.28 times 60. And you get 16.8. Okay. Now again, this one we ended up with a decimal again. That's fine. This entire thing is going to be our seconds. Okay. So there's nothing smaller than seconds. So if you have a decimal in the seconds part, that's fine. It's just going to stay. Okay. So our answer for this one is going to be the negative 323 degrees, 35 minutes, and then 16.8 seconds. All right, so that's converting to degrees, minutes, seconds. And then this last section is going from degrees, minutes, seconds into decimal degree form. All right, so for these, in the previous one was 2 multiplications. This one's going to be 2 divisions. You're going to take the minutes part, which is the middle, the 26, and you're going to divide that by 60. Which is 0.433. It's a repeating decimal, so you can just go 3 places out. And then you're going to take the 18 seconds, and you're going to divide that not by 60, but by 3,600. Because there's 3,600 seconds in 1 degree. So 18 divided by 3,600. 0.005. Okay. And then all you have to do is add those 2 together. Okay. So we're going to have our decimal degree is going to be 54 degrees. Or 54. Okay, because that's the degree from the original. Point, add those 2 together. 4.438 degrees. So again, just divide that middle number by 60, divide the last number by 3,600. I'll do one more. Let's do, I don't know, let's do 29. So same thing on 29. Divide the minutes by 60. going to be 0.333 repeating. And then do the seconds by 3600. Okay. 14 divided by 3600. It's 0.003, and then we'll round up 9. All right, and then for your final answer, you're going to add these together and put it after the full degree. So it's negative 303.3369 degrees. Okay. All right, and that's going to decimal degrees. All right. So like I said, try the rest of these, and there's going to be an assignment in Google Sheets where you're not going to have to do new problems. You're just going to do these same problems, but it'll tell you to type in your answer for number 28 or something. All right, that's it for today.